The first suggestion may be the hardest. The best way to harness productivity while homebound is to dedicate a space where you will office. It's a single-use, I don't do anything else in that space, place. A room with a closable door is ideal. Indeed, the discussions that follow actually assume one. Now, I recognize that such spaces may be impossible for some homes. For those of you who can't dedicate an entire room of living space to an office, designate a temporary single-use area for the day, like a closet, a space, on the dining room table, or a quiet corner. That's going to be your workaround. Why dedicated space? Breezy articles about home officing often emphasize the importance of creating psychological boundaries. Because we are performing more and more disparate activities in one space, the boundaries between those activities are in danger of dissolving. And that, as research shows, can actually produce psychological problems. Researchers find that, to be healthy, humans need a wide variety of social settings and contexts. These settings and contexts need to be kept separate. Boundary dissolving isn't healthy. Researcher Gianpiero Petriglieri puts it like this. Imagine if you go into a bar, and in the same bar, you talk with your professors, meet your parents, or date someone. Isn't it weird? I'd say. This lack of boundaries isn't just weird, it's also potentially destabilizing. If you can't separate work life from home life, you are at greater risk for burnout. You become more vulnerable to certain affective disorders, such as depression and anxiety, simply because the boundaries between your social roles become increasingly hard to manage. So, what should you do once you sit down at your desk in your dedicated home office space? Make a schedule, stick to it. The research world formally calls this schedule control. You create a punch list, usually filled with tasks. I'll do X task during Y hour for a period of time Z. Boring as a spreadsheet and as vital. The linear idea of schedule control is, I realize, hard to reconcile with the uncomfortable fact that life's often very messy. Moreover, tasks don't always lend themselves to being accomplished in tidy, predictable aliquots of time. That's especially true working from home, where interruptions from colleagues swap places with interruptions from family. But it's important to exert control, however hard that becomes. The more control you feel over your schedule, the less likely you are to experience negative stress. And conversely, the less control you exert over your activities, the more likely you are to experience tension, which puts you on a scheduling treadmill from hell. The solution is so easy, but so important that I feel I should repeat it. Make a schedule, stick to it.